Top 10 best Marvel movies to watch right now. The world of superheroes and villains has only continued to soar in popularity in recent years, and franchises like Marvel are certainly a force to be reckoned with on this front. Hey guys, welcome to your entertainment channel Netflix Tops, where we tell you about the top-rated movies and series on Netflix. So grab your popcorn and stay with us until the end of this video, because today's video is going to list down the top 10 best Marvel movies to watch right now. So let's get started. Number 10. Doctor Strange. As Doctor Strange appears in the Marvel movies for the first time, the movie follows a famous neurosurgeon, starting with an origin story. As you may already know from the comics, Dr. Stephen Strange has become not only one of the leading surgeons in the world, but also one of the most arrogant. However, his life turns upside down after a terrible car crash in which the nerves in his hands get destroyed. Thus, he is unable to perform surgery. Desperately looking for medicine, he understands a sorcerer with healing magic is his only hope. That's when Strange acquires magical powers and becomes the most powerful sorcerer. Now, he must choose whether to live his usual life, the life of fortune and status, or defend the world. This is one of the best Marvel movies and delivers an entertaining superhero origin story, including kick-ass fight scenes with phenomenal choreography, and introduces us to many complex villains. Moreover, all fans of Benedict Cumberbatch can rejoice as he appears on screen as Doctor Strange. He is perfect for this role, just admit it. His angular features, basso voice, and piercing ocean eyes make the character unforgettable. Number 9. Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings. Enter a new Marvel origin story that fans are excited to see play out. It follows Shang, Simu Liu, aka Shang-Chi, as he attempts to move on from his past life and start afresh in San Francisco. But like many characters who try to forget their painful past, it never works out, and it always has a way of catching up to them in some way, shape, or form. Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings was welcomed and positively received by many fans and critics. It was a new origin story we had yet to venture into, and it played out brilliantly. By tying Benedict Wong, in the MCU connected Shang-Chi and Doctor Strange and opened the door for future tie-ins with Shang-Chi and the rest of the Avengers. Combine this with subtle throwbacks to previous MCU projects. It will always be a worthy contender for a rewatch. Number 8. Spider-Man Homecoming. Spider-Man Homecoming saw a new Spidey story swing into theaters a little over a year after his appearance in Captain America Civil War, which marked Tom Holland's MCU debut. Spider-Man has always been a very popular superhero, and the release of his new solo movie in 2017 was no exception. Fans were excited to see where Marvel took the character after introducing him in the world of the Avengers the previous year. Full of action-packed scenes and classic Marvel comedy, Homecoming was a brilliant way to bring everyone's favorite web-slinger back to the big screen. After all, you've got to love that friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. Number 7. Avengers Infinity War. Imagine the Avengers, but like 1,000 times bigger, and you've got Avengers Infinity War. By this point in the MCU, there's a whole host of new superheroes who put in an appearance in Infinity War to try and save everyone from Thanos and his deadly desire to bring balance to the universe. In the production of Avengers Infinity War, Marvel revealed early on that Earth's mightiest heroes would meet the Guardians of the Galaxy, instantly sparking anticipation to see the route that would be taken. The idea of seeing the two worlds collide immediately had fans excited for what else the movie could hold. The film certainly didn't disappoint, and while it didn't end on a happy note for the superheroes, it left the door wide open for future MCU projects. Phase 3's 7th installment saw so many fan favorites meet that it would always be worth a rewatch to see them interact with each other again for the first time. Number 6. Captain Marvel. Captain Marvel literally soared onto the screen in the downtime between Avengers Infinity War and Avengers Endgame. Delighted audiences were met with a film full of 90s nostalgia, exhilarating action sequences, and an unexpected buddy comedy between Carol Danvers, Brie Larson, and Nick Fury, Samuel L. Jackson. There's no moment as poignant as the one when Carol discovers her true identity. Carol is forced to face the truth of her real reality, grappling with the very real feeling of self-doubt that so many people experience every day. Carol Danvers may have fire photon blasts, fly through the galaxy, and destroy a spaceship in a single pass, but Carol Danvers is also undeniably human. It's a credit to Larson's performance and one of the many reasons fans come back to watch Captain Marvel. Number 5. Black Panther. There are many aspects of Black Panther that make the film incredibly important to the MCU and highly rewatchable. The The film boasts the most incredible costume design scene between the Marvel films, combining indigenous African design with Afrofuturism in a way that authentically emphasizes the history of Wakanda. The costumes draw your eye instantly. The hostility between T'Challa, Chadwick Boseman, and Eric Killmonger, Michael B. Jordan, is another reason audiences return to Black Panther. Their fight scene on top of the waterfall is so raw in its violence and brutality that it's impossible to look away. You can't think about Black Panther without hearing Jordan's impassioned delivery of "Is this your king?" Number 4. Guardians of the Galaxy. Guardians of the Galaxy is one of the most fun, emotionally engaging, and rewatchable Marvel movies. Instead of focusing on how I got the incredible power story, this movie is about how the gang got together. That means, even though it is an origin story, it avoids many repetitive stories. It simply doesn't need to give you explanations on how superheroes got their magical skills. Number 3. Thor Ragnarok. Thor Ragnarok was a complete departure in tone from Thor: The Dark World, benefiting from the comedic mastery of director Taika Waititi and embracing the bright color palette of its comic book source material. The film is flashy and over the top in all the best ways, and with every rewatch, audiences can find something new and exciting to focus on. Ragnarok makes use of Marvel's successful blending of iconic music and action sequences, namely in the scene depicting the Asgardians' escape from Hela. Cate Blanchett, Led Zeppelin's Immigrant Song, perfectly accentuates Thor's new mastery of his power, as well as the skill and ability of his companions. Number 2. Black Widow. This long-awaited solo movie has incredible rewatch value, thanks to the stunning cinematography and excellent writing. Audiences are transported to Norway, Hungary, and Russia and are gifted with breathtaking landscapes. Fans are also introduced to a host of new characters, including Yelena Belova, Florence Pugh, who has already become a worthy fan favorite. It also allowed audiences to get acquainted with Natasha Romanoff, Johansson, in a way that the MCU had never allowed before. MCU fans already know how far Natasha Romanoff would go to save the world. We're reminded of that in Black Widow, when Natasha smashes her face into Dreykov's desk, breaking her nose and severing her olfactory nerve so that she can take down the Red Room once and for all. Number 1. Spider-Man: No Way Home. By the time Marvel Studios teamed up with Sony for its take on Spider-Man, fans already felt like they had one too many versions of the web-slinging superhero. But thanks to the perfect casting of Tom Holland and John Watts' directional vision, the Spidey trilogy has become one of the strongest in the MCU. And the best Marvel movie in that trilogy is without a doubt the most recent, Spider-Man: No Way Home. Picking up directly after the events of Far From Home, Spider-Man is struggling with the fallout from Mysterio's revealing his true identity. He tries to enlist the help of Doctor Strange to make everyone forget, but the spell goes wrong and causes the multiverse to collide. Bad news for them, but great news for fans, as this means we got to see Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield's Spider-Mans visit the MCU, as well as some of the best villains from their films. With plenty of laughs between the three Spideys, but also some heartbreak as well. No Way Home isn't just a great MCU film, it also makes the previous Sony Spider-Man films better too, which is why it's one of the best Marvel movies of all time. And this brings us to the end of the video. What are your thoughts on today's video? Share with us in the comments below. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to our channel for amazing movie reviews coming your way. And thank you for watching.